Hi fans of high quality entertainment. Before I begin my top 10 artists of the year that I've been listening to, there's going to be a live chat December 18th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So click here and to get a notification when the chat goes live. I hope to have at least 3 people show up. Glenn Kellaway from the basement, Sam St. John, and Robert's on my turntable. And then maybe a viewer or 2. So I've been doing a few takes of this. Maybe this one will just be another take because I've been struggling. This is difficult. My top 10 artists that I've listened to throughout the year, I've kind of guessed at who they were. So in my top 10, sadly, Grand Funk doesn't make it. Van Morrison, David Bowie, Sparks, they're not in my top 10 list, I'm sorry. That doesn't mean I don't listen to their albums, but these 10 artists I've listened to more. And they're in no particular order, so here we go. Make sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A band I've listened to a lot this year and in past years. Yes, still never tire of them. I love their, of course, their early years, Fragile, Close to the Edge. But I love their later years too, which I feel is very underrated. For instance, Key Studio and Magnification are 2 great later day Yes albums. So yes, I've listened to a lot of Yes. Yes, I have. So that's 10, not in any order though. So number 9, some person called Paul McCartney. I think I played probably Ram and Red Rose Speedway the most, and of course McCartney 3. And yeah, but I play his whole discography off and on throughout the year, so I play a lot of Paul McCartney. 8 more to go. Blue Oyster Cult. That's right, I've been a fan of Blue Oyster Cult since Secret Treaties in 1975. There'd be years I'd be less interested in them and other years I'd be interested in them again. This album just came out last year, their first one in 19 years, and it was way beyond my expectations. But that being said, even without this, I would have listened to a lot of Blue Oyster Cult in the past year because I never really get tired of them. They're one of those bands I put on like Secret Treaties or one of their later albums, and I enjoy it every time. Well, we might as well get this band out of the way. The Beatles. That's right. I've listened to a lot of the Beatles this year. Abbey Road. I probably listened to Abbey Road the most, but then, the White Album and Sgt. Pepper, Revolver. I don't listen to their earlier albums as much, especially the first 4, but I still love them, of course. But I play a lot of the Beatles every year. Six artists to go. In no particular order. I like saying that. I always listen to a lot of Lou Reed. I've got his whole discography, and I love some albums more than others, but I always find him interesting. It doesn't matter what album of his that I put on. I enjoy it. And this is one of my favorites. Coney Island Baby. Getting warm in here. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yeah. Another band that's related to one of the solo artists that I just showed. That's right, the Velvet Underground. And I love their first two albums, especially White Light, White Heat. But this, and actually their third album, The Velvet Underground, those two I've played a lot in the past year. I finally got, around to playing this year, and all four of their albums I absolutely love. And so I've played Loaded a lot. And I've been loaded a lot too. It's a joke. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to go. Once again, I just showed a band, and there is a solo artist from that band who's made a lot of great albums. John Anderson. I especially love his first 3 albums. This one is Song of Seven, but I played Elias of Sunhillow a lot, Song of Seven a lot, and Animation a lot. And then I've got more of his solo albums that I don't play as much, but I still absolutely love John Anderson. 3 to go. This is a band that I had one album of theirs in the early 70s, and I liked a couple songs on the album, then the rest of it was like kind of mediocre. And so I never was a fan of the band. Get it? The band. There's a good segue into it. Yeah, I'm actually showing. See, I've got 2 of these. They're starting to remix their albums, and the one I just got yesterday, which I can't find now, Cahoots. There's the new remix, and with this one they've really remixed it because I guess they weren't happy with the original production on it. So this remix is they've remixed it more than the other earlier band albums. And this is the album that I play the most. This was the one that I owned when I was like 10 years old, and I loved Life is a Carnival and When I Paint My Masterpiece, and then the rest of it just didn't really interest me. But now I absolutely love it. I love the other band albums too, of course. Stage Fright, the band, Music from Big Pink, Stage Fright. Yeah, I've got 2 Stage Fright here too. So one is a newer remix. But yeah, even before listening to this remix, which is just superb, I loved Cahoots, finally, after all these years. So I've played a lot of, especially this. I've mainly played this, but I've of course played the other band albums too. I love that band shot. And the final 2. Thanks to Glenn Kellaway from the Basement, I have played a lot of Steven Wilson in the past. I don't know, it's been, 3 months or so. And this is my favorite of his, Hand Cannot Erase. But I've also been starting to play Grace for Drowning, which is excellent. The Future Bites, which I really like. To the Bone, which I'm just starting to get into. Insurgents. And The Raven That Refused to Sing, which is my second favorite of his solo albums. Excellent. And so, the first 7 or 8 months of this year, I didn't even know really I knew of him, but I never really listened to his music or appreciated his talent. But I seriously think he's a musical genius, and so I've been playing a lot of this in the last few weeks. So that's why it's in my top 10. And squeaking in into the top 10, because just like Steven Wilson, I've been playing these a lot lately. Porcupine Tree. Who would have ever thought I'd be a fan of Porcupine Tree? So I've got Light Bulb Sun, which is excellent. I've got Stupid Dream. The printing's upside down, so I had to make sure I had the right title. Stupid Dream. And In Absentia. And Dead Wing. And I let Glenn Kellaway from the Basement and Sam St. John know that this, on the very first listen, I was floored by it. I think this might be the best Porcupine Tree album. But like I said, I'm listening to all of these a lot and really enjoying them, and I enjoy them more with every listen. But this one, the first listen, I was right into it, man. So I believe that's it. Like I said, I still listen to a lot of Van Morrison and Sparks, of course, and many, many, many other bands. And but that is, I believe, the 10 most, the 10 top artists that I do listen to the most. I would love your thoughts in the comment section below on the artists that I've mentioned, and also, what music have you listened to the most this year? And unlike other channels that do this kind of crap just so they comment and it helps them with the views or the ratings or whatever, I actually read each and every comment. I'm interested in what are your favorites. So thanks for watching and have a great day. And don't forget about the live chat. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 18th, 2021. Thank you.